Good afternoon, Retro Raiders. It's Nick again, joined as per usual by Nathan from Freeman Family Productions. Say greetings.
Greetings and salutations.
And today, we're going to be doing something a bit different. There's no games today, as one of us, not going into details, one of us has had a bit of a medical episode. And long story short, we need to do something a bit more easygoing today. We apologise for this, and we'll get back on track.
Yeah. But you've still got a video with us in, so
yeah,
you've got something, guys. So.
We'll get back on track as soon as we can. We promise you that.
Yeah.
But anyway, as you've gathered from the title, we're just going to have a discussion about things from our childhood decade, the 90s. Yeah. And so, if you were born in the 90s, you'll have you're in for a bit of a trip down memory lane yourself.
Woo.
And if there's anything from that decade that we don't talk about, and there will be, because it was a whole 10 years.
There's so much.
and we're only going to be here for about 10 minutes or so. But yeah, let us know. Feel free to just put shit in the comments.
Put it down.
Yeah, tell us what you missed, what you thought was good about the 90s and stuff.
Yep.
What it was you enjoyed. But anyway, so apart from Mega Drive games, what were the highlights for you?
Apart from Mega Drive games.
Tell me something. What did you like?
Apart from games in general.
We'll put video games to the side for a minute.
Well, Pogs is definitely one of them.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah, Pogs.
Pogs. Do you remember the adverts for Pogs? I remember. I can't remember what advert it was. Sorry, I can't remember what cereal it was. But there was one breakfast cereal that had the mascot they had.
Yeah, I love the little
Pog man. There was one cereal that was like giving away free Pogs with every box of cereal at one point, and on the advert.
I think it was Cocoa Pops.
The Pog man.
Oh, was it Cocoa Pops?
I think it was, yeah.
On the advert, the Pog man burst out of the box of cereal. The Pogs would go flying everywhere. They all landed on the work surface around him, but he was just jumping around on him, going Pogs, 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 Pogs.
I missed that.
Oh,
God. I loved how many different variations of them there were for different things.
Oh God, yeah, man.
There's so many.
It was one of those things, wasn't it? It was like video games, like everything. Like with video games, anything that was popular at that time got their own line of Pogs.
Yeah,
I miss Pogs.
Yeah.
And if you like Pogs as well, like if you're from the 90s like us and you miss Pogs, you'll be pretty delighted to hear that I've actually looked for Pogs quite recently
and they're not
on eBay, and they're easy to find, and they're still quite cheap.
Which is surprising.
They're not very valuable. Which is a surprise.
I just remember them getting them in the crisps as well.
Yeah, in the Walkers.
Get them in some of the Walkers crisps.
The Tazos.
The Tazo ones.
I've my brother actually had. Do you remember the Star Wars line of Tazos?
Yeah, I had a few of the Star Wars ones.
My brother got the whole set. He had the binder and everything.
Lucky.
With
lucky man.
All the information in it and stuff, and he had the complete set of them. He had every little slot in that book filled.
Man, this one, damn.
And I've actually, I don't know if it's the same one. It could well be, but I've got the full set now as well, because I found it on a car boot sale some years later for like 12 quid.
It's mad.
I was like, fuck it, man.
What you find in a car boot, innit?
So I've got the same set at home now.
Jamming it. You're jamming it.
I am a jamming it.
You never know what hidden gems you'll find in a car boot or charity shop or something, do you?
Oh man, and I've worked in a charity shop. Honestly, some of the shit that comes in through them doors.
So what? Someone wants to give that.
If you've ever watched Porn Stars, You know what I'm talking about? Like,
there's
you,
some
you,
mad
you think
stuff
it's
in
just
that.
going to be like boring shit like t-shirts and cups, like old clothes and stuff that come
And
through. And a
some of
lot
the
of the time it is.
Yeah.
But Christ on a bike, some of the shit that people bring in to get rid of.
I've seen some mad ones. It's BB guns.
Oh, yeah,
That's one thing that I remember.
It's a good thing to move on to, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
God, we'd abuse them in school. We absolutely abused them in school for as long as we could.
Do you know what my brother abused?
Oh, God.
The fucking pigeon that kept coming into our back garden.
Took that
He
pigeon.
fucking, from our bedroom window, he fucking sniped it right in the neck.
Fucking shot, man.
It was all the way down the fucking other end of the garden.
Jesus.
It wasn't a rifle or anything either, it was a little fucking pistol. And somehow, he fired at it. And it went off. Like, he aimed it really, like, badly. He was miles off. But
Yeah.
because you know how those things fucking curve, especially if there's wind, it just fucking spiraled and curved and found its way straight into the pigeon's neck.
Jesus.
Fucker flies off. Fucker flies off and we never see him again.
So, where did he go?
Yeah, man, BB guns. I've got a golden desert eagle.
Bloody.
I can't remember if I ever showed it, yeah.
Yes, you did. Once I remember seeing
I think
that.
I pulled it out, didn't I?
God, I remember the reason they got banned is they ended up hitting a teacher in the eye.
Well, yeah.
Or flipping
There's that
our
and
maths teacher, they nearly hit him.
Fucking hell.
Fucking eye.
Well, there's that, and
Yeah.
there's just the fact that they look so realistic, a lot of them. Like, you've got kids walking around with big fucking Glocks in
Yeah,
their
and the
hands.
fact that they modified them to be more powerful as well. Like, they actually increased the speed so that they go out a lot faster.
My brother
as
did
well.
that with his paintball gun.
Yeah.
And fuck it, I'm going to tell the story. Like, I just have to be like careful who sees this video because not everybody in our family knows this.
Oh, God.
But he tuned up the firepower on his Tipman paintball gun
Yeah.
to the point where it was going at least twice the legal limit,
Bloody hell.
and it was officially classified as a firearm
Jeez.
because of how powerful it was. And he shot me right in the fucking elbow with it. Right, and you won't be able to see it on the camera, so I won't bother showing you. But you can see like a ring-shaped scar there.
Yeah.
That's what all it was fucking left. Like,
It's fucking mad, man.
that's what it fucking left. At the time, it was just a big fucking red hole with a bright purple ring around it.
So, thanks a lot.
Oh, fucking crazy.
Thank you so much, you twat.
Do you know what the funny thing was?
What?
At the time, I had my mate Richard
Yeah.
in a headlock when he shot me, which makes me feel like he should have been a fucking police officer because he'd be fucking amazing in a hostage situation. Straight in the fucking elbow.
Oh,
But on the other hand, if he fucked that up, he could have shot Richard in the fucking eyeball.
yeah, cool. Yeah. You can wear an eye
But
patch.
anyway, I think we're getting off the subject.
You can wear an eye patch.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. Oh.
Wear an eye patch.
Yeah.
But yeah, BB guns, paintball guns. That was something I always wanted as a kid, a paintball gun. I didn't want to go paintballing or anything. I just wanted to shoot
Yeah, you
things with
just,
it.
you just wanted to shoot things with it when you come.
But,
Shoot your neighbour's bin or shoot for shoot.
yeah, let's move on to cartoons for a minute.
Oh, cartoons.
Alright.
Oh, God.
We know what each other liked because we're always talking about cartoons, aren't we?
And there's so many great ones from
I
the
remember
90s.
I remember you mentioned before. You brought to my attention just a couple of weeks ago because I didn't know about it that there was an Action Man cartoon
Yeah,
back in the
there was an
90s.
Action Man cartoon back in the 90s.
Did you actually watch it?
I managed to watch a good bit of it, and it was actually quite a decent show.
Yeah.
It was quite a good bit of action, and you know they did the characters really well. They got a lot of
Professor Gangrene.
one of the best bloody names for some Professor Gangrene. Yeah, it's like Action Man X Gangrene. One of the best bloody names.
Dr. X, Action Man, Toxica, Professor Gangrene. Who was your favourite?
Gangrene.
Professor Gangrene, man, definitely.
Yeah, Gangrene.
It was either
Gangrene.
Dr. X or Professor
Yeah,
Gangrene. They were both
good.
badass.
Yeah. And also the games that they did based on it as well. Like I told you about,
Yeah,
there's a few of
you've
them.
told me about the games. I knew that there was one. I played Action Man Mission Extreme
Yeah.
on the PlayStation 1.
And that was a good game,
Yeah,
definitely.
and I had no idea there were other games.
Yeah. Once for Game Boy and
Because
everything, man.
that was kept quiet, like even among people who loved Action Man, like nobody ever went, "Oh, have you played the games?"
Yeah,
or
it was
anything
just
like
the TV series.
Yeah.
You got the action figures.
It was, yeah, for me, like the entire Action Man world was just the figures. It was just
Yeah,
the
it was
action
the
figures.
and the TV show, mainly for me, and then the games when I found out that they did a few games of it. Now the figures.
Yeah.
I had a good
We had
collection.
a good collection. We had I can't. It was about sort of. You can't really see it on the camera, but it was about this wide and about this tall. Right, we had this big fucking bucket,
just full of
action men. We just dumped all the figures in there and all the weapons and stuff. And the vehicles were all stored up on like top of one of the wardrobes.
Yeah.
We had a few of the vehicles. I think we had a motorbike.
Yeah.
We had the blue Jeep, the 4x4,
Jeep,
and we had the
Jeep was
helicopter as well. I love
Jeep
the
was on a
helicopter.
Yeah. Jeep and the helicopter.
The helicopter had it had actual like working missiles, and it had a working it had a working searchlight as well. That's what was great about it. Oh, we had a motorboat as well, like for in the bath. Yeah.
I had the same boat. I used to use that in the bath as well.
An actual working motorboat.
Yeah, I used to use that when I was a kid. I was flipping.
It come with the scuba diver action, man. Why the fuck did we get rid of them, man? Why?
You don't
fuck.
know.
What were
I
we
love the
thinking?
tiger as well, because they had the tiger and the dog that they had for it as well.
I don't remember them.
Because there was this tiger that had like the little bracelet thing on it, and it was really cool looking.
The fucking
as well.
the Eagle Eye Ninja one. Right, my cousin had that.
ninja,
That was one of the ones I never had, and my cousin had it, and I hated him for it. Bastard.
I could never get the one with Gangrene. I had like X.
Yeah.
And
I knew
Action Man
somebody.
himself,
I knew
but-
somebody who actually managed to get a hold of one of the Gangrenes.
Bastard.
Yeah, bastard.
Bastard.
Oh, it was the one where you squeezed him and his
it was
his
the one
belly
with
was
the
all
green-
like gooey. And,
Oh my god.
it was disgusting. But that was the thing with the 90s, wasn't it? Anything that was disgusting was cool.
Yeah. Anything like that, or anything green, or anything
Yeah,
like that.
anything like bright's not green.
Well, you know, other shows.
Anything resembling slime or ooze.
Yeah, well, before we were talking about shows like, you know, like Ninja Turtles, Toxic Avenger,
Yeah, look at all the green.
all the different greens, The Mask.
Yeah, the mask was a good
There's
one.
so many different green characters that were part of the 90s, and it was just like green just was the thing back then. Green was a big thing.
Yeah, 'cause it's funny you should start talking about green shit because one of the things I want to ask you about is this. Like, did you ever see a cartoon in the 90s called Tabaluga?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
I fucking loved that show.
That was a good show.
Man, when I was a kid,
definitely.
it's going to sound kind of silly, like describing it as an adult, but like if you saw it as a kid,
You would
like
have
it was the
been so
absolute
happy
shit.
just
But
watching that.
if you were born in the 90s, you may still be scratching your head. You might not have heard of it, but if you're unfamiliar with Tabaluga, it was a German creation that did really well in Germany, so it got like international releases, and I think it was released all over Europe.
Yeah, it was. If I remember right.
Whether it was released in the US or not, I don't know, because for the UK it was translated by a British team.
Yeah.
Which is my favourite part about it, because all the actors were English.
Yeah, that's what you love. Yeah, man.
All the voice actors were
Awesome
English.
British ones.
And but basically it was about a dragon, a really like a young dragon. That he was the last dragon of his kind, well, the last dragon of his kind. He
Yeah.
was the last dragon. Like, he was the last surviving dragon. And
Poor bugger.
and the world's been like essentially taken over by this evil snowman called Arctos. It's a bit like
name, wasn't it? Octo.
Is it a bit like Dr. Robotnik? Yeah, in a lot of ways, it was similar to the old Sonic cartoons.
And then
And stuff.
man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it was really funny.
but
There was he had a penguin servant called James.
why James?
I don't know.
Penguin James, not some kind of
They should have called him Cobblepot and just see what happens.
yeah. You can't use Cobblepot. It's penguins.
Well, they could have just called him Oswald, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, that would have been funny. Well, fuck, even Alfred. Fuck it.
Just to see what people.
But yeah, if you've never seen Tabluga, you go and check it out. I think you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah. Or if you look on
Fucking cool show.
something we use sometimes called Kiss Cartoon, you can find a lot of the old
Yeah.
nostalgic cartoons on
Kiss
there.
Cartoon.
There's absolutely loads on there.
Kisscartoon.me, if you're unfamiliar. Like, you can watch pretty much any cartoon on there. And if you're into anime as well, there's also a Kiss anime version.
We use that as well. We
just
use
Google
both,
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good.
But yeah, that was one of my favourite shows, apart from like Sonic Underground.
Sonic
And
Underground.
Sonic
was
Saturn.
absolute-
Oh man, Sonic
Absolute-
Saturn.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
So, something else as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Magic Roundabout?
Yes, I remember the Magic Roundabout, Dougal and flipping.
What the hell was that all about?
I don't know. Dougal and flipping Zebedee and
I was thinking about it last night. It just come to me. I was like, Magic Roundabout. What the hell was that all about?
I used to just think when I was old enough that it was just like some guy who was addicted to drugs made like a one for like stoners or something.
It was
like
a drug fueled
stoners.
hallucination. The whole
Yeah.
thing was a drug fueled
Yeah,
hallucination.
that's what it felt like. I did like flipping some of the characters, but it was just.
So I'll tell you what it felt like. It felt like being punched on a swivel chair. Exactly.
Every time you come back round facing it.
That's the exact analogy I used to describe playing games like Ninja Gaiden and Dark Souls. It's like being punched on a swivel chair. You get punched in the face, you spin round, you come back round, you get punched again.
It just keeps coming and coming and coming.
Rinse
for
and
as long as you
repeat.
can.
Until your head feels like it's about to explode.
Oh,
So what cartoons were you into apart from them ones?
there was quite a lot of
I know you liked Extreme Dinosaurs.
Extreme Dinosaurs.
and that was
absolutely
one,
brilliant.
and that was one you put me on.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea that
If
existed.
you guys don't know what Extreme Dinosaurs is, it was basically created by the same people who did Street Sharks, which was another
Yeah.
popular cartoon of that era. It was done by the same people, and they had like quite a lot of great voice talent. There was a lot of great voice talent for
Yeah.
some of the characters.
If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, the voice of Piccolo, Scott McNeil, is the main character,
that.
plays the main
Yeah.
character in it. So
Yeah,
there's that for
I
you.
loved some of the names were like T-Bone, Bullseye. You had some
Stegs,
Yeah, Stegs. You had
Bad
some,
Rap.
Yeah, some really great names. You know,
Right.
the theme song as well. That theme song just screams 90s at you. It screams 90s theme songs.
It's one of those things that just like perfectly encapsulates the 90s, doesn't it? Extreme Dinosaur! I'm not going to start singing. Bad shit happens.
Yeah.
It don't start raining or nothing like that, but bad shit seems to just start happening when I start singing.
But the guy who sung the theme song for that, great voice.
I don't even know who it is.
I can't remember his name, but I think he's done a few different songs. He hasn't just done that. I think he's done a few different things
Yeah,
throughout
probably.
the 90s and that. So
He probably did loads of other like cartoon openings as well. Fucking Mummy's Alive. You watched that, didn't you?
yeah, we are the mummies.
We are the mummies.
That was freaking great.
I love that show. It got cancelled after one season though because nobody was watching it.
For me, shame, man.
Do you know what that is? Gargoyles.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I should be upset by that because Gargoyles was even better, yeah. Because everyone was watching Gargoyles. And at the same time, people were saying that it was just like a rehash of the Gargoyle story, which is utter nonsense.
Yeah. But my favourite of the Gargoyles had to be Broadway. Broadway was probably my favourite of
My
Gargoyles.
My favourite was Brooklyn, just because of his sense of humour and the fact that he was always like focused on females instead of the task
I love
at
the
hand.
fact that flipping Broadway was the one who did Patrick, was
Patrick Star from SpongeBob.
That's what I loved hearing, that voice. That I love that voice, man.
And it's also interesting to know that same character also actually shot one of the main characters. Like he shot the police officer.
Yeah.
Elisa in one of the episodes that actually the episode didn't get cut or anything, I don't think, but the scene where you see her get shot and lying in a pool of her own blood got edited out.
But him, it was mad. That
fucking crazy. Yeah, but you see Patrick Star shoot someone.
Broadway.
Sorry, I was playing with the gun and it went off.
It's a Patrick laugh, man.
Hey SpongeBob, I was playing with a gun. Yeah. I shot Sandy.
I used to watch, I used to watch a lot of the Disney TV shows that they did. There was so many great ones that I loved watching.
I missed a lot of the Disney TV shows because, and I've told you this before, but when we were kids, when me and my brothers were kids, there was only like a few brief times where we actually had the Disney Channel. And
you thank God you saw Gargoyles.
Yeah, I'm really lucky.
So lucky.
Yeah, I'm lucky that I ever managed to watch Gargoyles at all.
Yeah. But there was so many great.
Aladdin as well. Oh man,
Aladdin was a great.
That was a sick series. Great series.
And Tailspin. Tailspin's another one.
My brother likes Tailspin. I don't remember ever catching it.
I just love the fact that Shere Khan was in a suit.
I'm still having trouble, because to this day I've still not watched it, and I'm still having trouble, imagining Shere Khan wearing a suit. Yeah.
Do you know one I love though? Jungle Cubs. When they were younger.
I remember Jungle Cubs.
When they were all younger. Yeah. I remember.
That
was a fucking great series, that one. I loved them. I just seen King Louie and them as little kids, man.
I had something else in mind then. I was going to start talking about. I've completely. It's just gone now.
I loved, the fact that a lot of the 90s stuff had action figures and toy lines as well. Like some of the toy lines that you had back in the 90s, like some of them that I never had, but I've seen like the toxic ones, the Toxic Avenger.
Toxic Avenger.
Toxic Avenger.
That was something I'd never heard of until a certain somebody reviewed the Toxic Avenger. The Toxic Crusaders video game.
Yeah.
On the NES with the creator Lloyd Kaufman at his side.
Which was insane.
Which was hilarious.
I've seen that as well. That was brilliant.
But yeah, I remembered what I was going to say. Yeah, when we were kids, we mostly watched Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
And when we got a bit older, it was Fox Kids.
Fox Kids, I missed
If you were born in the 90s, you will miss the everlasting crap out of Fox Kids. That was an amazing channel.
That channel, so many great shows that aired on that channel. Like, why did it go? Why, man?
It's just the way it is.
God.
Spider-Man 94.
Yeah.
The 1994 Spider-Man
on
Fox Kids. That's, to this day, that's the best Marvel series there is.
Yeah, I think so as well, man.
There's nothing better. Beats all the DC ones as well.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, DC.
I like both of them, but I always like Marvel more because they have a lot better.
I've always been really iffy with DC. Like, when it comes to DC, the only one I really like is Batman, because Superman, I just think it's really stupid.
I don't like Superman very much.
I just don't like his design. I don't like his personality. I think it's stupid that he can just, put a shirt on and a pair of glasses and then nobody recognises him.
How is that possible?
It's just completely. It's just really
Clark
silly.
Kent. Oh yes, Clark Kent.
It's just really silly. And then a lot of the others are just like really dull.
Yeah.
Really boring.
But Marvel put so much into their characters. They put a lot more thought into the story, the designs.
Yeah.
It's just so
They're
much
actual
better.
the Marvel characters. I mean, there are some exceptions, but most of the Marvel characters are actually superheroes as well.
Yeah.
Like if you look at a lot of the DC characters, like Batman.
Yeah.
He's a lot like Iron Man. Like he's. At his core, it's just a bloke with loads of weapons.
Suit and
he's incredibly rich and really smart.
Exactly.
And and that's fine and stuff. But it's just like there's that, and then there's with all of DC's other ones.
Yeah.
So like, there's much of the same, like with the Green Arrow.
Yeah, Arrow.
With the Green Arrow, with the Green Lantern. And that's another recurring theme as well. It's all the green something.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
It's really like
there's
uninspired
Green Lantern,
and unimaginative.
So
and it's like with the Green Lantern as well. Like he's got that ring, and that just like does everything for him.
Yeah, it's not like
it's the ring that's super and not him. So he's not a superhero. Wonder Woman's not a superhero. She's a goddess from like a different world or whatever.
Yeah, so she just has a
or an alien and whatever. Superman, he's technically not really a superhero. I know he has all these superpowers and stuff, but
it was his race.
It's like
he's Kryptonian.
You put him among other Kryptonians, like he's just a normal guy because they can all do the same thing and stuff. So really, he's just a regular guy. It's just we think of him as a superhero because he lives on Earth and defends Earth and its people with his powers.
The films, Zod, he's a Kryptonian, so it's just exactly the same powers. He has exactly the same as he has.
He's just grey and yellow, isn't he?
I was just different. He had the exact same powers. He just looked a bit different, but they had the exact same thing.
But yeah, we're not here to rant about the aspects of the superhero culture that we don't like.
We'll be there for a while. The golden age of Cartoon Network.
The golden age of Cartoon Network. Scooby-Doo, Cow and Chicken, I Am Weasel. Holy shit, man! Did you ever watch Cow and Chicken and I Am Weasel?
Yes.
I know you watched Cow and Chicken. Like,
I've watched both.
Fuck me.
I are baboon.
Yeah, and he has a shirt that says
How the fuck did they get away with some of that shit? There's a part in I Am Weasel where they decide to to try the hands at like Roman gladiator battling.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
And because Weasel refuses to kill Baboon, like they have to fight the lions, and you see like stomachs and eyeballs being thrown past the screen.
What the fuck? There were some messed
man.
up shows. There definitely were.
I remember looking at my T-shirt.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Mortal Kombat cartoon?
Yes, I
saw that.
A bit of the Mortal Kombat.
I saw the Mortal Kombat cartoon without ever realising at the time
just how
there was the cartoon was fine. But I saw it at the time without ever realising that it was based on a long running video game series. At the time there was only 3 games.
So the show before the games. Yeah.
I had no idea that there were games of Mortal Kombat, but the one day my older brother's friend bought his copy of, I think, Mortal Kombat 3 around for the Mega Drive. And I watched my brother and his mate playing it. And I was shocked as fuck. I was just like, what the fuck? This doesn't happen in Mortal Kombat. What heads are coming off, people are dying. This doesn't happen in the cartoon.
Spines, blood, what the fuck? Anyway.
But yeah, that was a good cartoon.
But some of the banned episodes as well, for like stuff like Cow and Chicken.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mortal Kombat.
No, like when we were talking about carrying chicken and that.
Oh, I know there was that Buffalo
Gals
Gals, yeah.
I'm not sure if any other ones were banned, but that was the one
I heard a rumour about...
Yeah.
I heard a rumour from my cousin about that one where, you know, where cow... I think she loses her tongue or something. And it starts going around town, like, harassing people.
Yeah, I
and
think
stuff. I heard a rumour about, like, that ends a different way. Like, I think my cousin said, like, he was watching the episode at one point because there's a part where he tries to hit on a woman and she says something like, "Not if you were the last tongue on earth." And she slaps him and he flies out the window. I don't know if you remember that bit.
Yeah, I think I'm...
my cousin said he was watching it one time and when she slapped him, he simply fell back and landed on the chair and then it come up the end.
Yeah.
The classic, you know, the end.
Yeah. The classic
title card.
Yeah.
And it just ended there for some reason. And then the next episode that come on was the same episode.
Yeah.
Where it ended properly. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, my cousin wasn't the most, you know, trustworthy person as a kid.
I vaguely also remember an episode. I think I remember seeing an episode of it as well, where you actually, because you see obviously the mom and dad, which is just the legs. I remember, I don't remember the name of the episode, but I remember seeing a bit in the episode where you actually see them do like a higher shot and all
it's just the legs.
Do you remember that one?
That's the very first episode.
Yeah? That was fucking weird, that was.
Yeah, that's the pilot episode, if I remember correctly, that you see that.
I was trying to remember which one it was, but I remember that. That was fucking weird.
Everything about that show was weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it even explains why two pairs of, like, you know, disembodied legs have given birth to a cow and a chicken.
Yeah, how's that fucking...
Why does Cousin Boneless have no skeleton?
Stimpy and things like that. Did you watch Ren and Stimpy and that?
I think Nathan did, I never did.
Yes, I watched Friends. That was fucking ridiculous.
So was that Cartoon Network or was it Nickelodeon?
That was Nickelodeon,
Yeah,
that one.
I didn't see. If it wasn't Cartoon Network or Fox Kids, there's a really good chance I never saw it. But I did see some Nickelodeon shows as a kid.
There were some good Nickelodeon shows.
I can't remember if this was Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, but there was one called Oggy and the Cockroaches.
That was Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I think that was Cartoon.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I love
me and my brothers fucking love that.
It was fucking... It just reminded me so much of like a kind of Tom and Jerry kind of thing, didn't it? Like,
yeah, it was. That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
It was just like Tom and Jerry with bugs, and like one of them was supposed to be Tom, which was Oggy.
Oggy,
Yeah,
his mate was always flipping Butch, wasn't it? His mate.
Yeah. We had a mate. I won't say his proper name, but we had a mate before who. Like me, he had two other brothers.
Yeah.
He had two brothers, and like when they were kids, his brothers and his mom always called him Oggy, and it wasn't because of the show Oggy and the Cockroaches. It was just because, you know, how, like with our black country accents, a lot of the time you don't pronounce H's at the start of words. She always called him Oggy because he always hogged the Mega Drive. So she was really calling him Hoggy, but she didn't pronounce. Yeah, she didn't pronounce the H, so she was just always calling him Oggy.
Oh, great show that was.
Yeah, real fucking good show. While we're here, this is it's not going too far off track, but it's like while we're here, because this is something we discovered in one of the Sonic games before that. I don't know if anybody else has ever discovered it before, because I've never seen it being talked about.
Yeah.
Again, like as far as I know, nobody else knows about it, so I want to get it out here to sort of get the knowledge out there, hopefully. But did you remember Sonic 3D Flicky's Island?
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
If you live in the US, or if you grew up in the US, at least you'll remember the Sonic 3D Blast, because it had a different name over there.
whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, there was a level select code for that game. Like, I can't remember what it was or where you did it, but I think you did it on the start screen, like the title screen, or it was the like the opening movie.
Yeah.
Like you just had to do the input on the controllers really, really quickly, and if you did it right, the screen would go blue, and it'd take you to this menu screen where you choose like the level and stuff.
Yeah.
But we found a way of getting that to happen without doing any cheats.
Yeah.
Like this is a genuine way of doing it. It was a glitch, and this is the only instance I've ever heard of anything like this happening, and it's God's honest truth as well. I'm not bullshitting. What we used to do was, and don't ask me how it was we discovered it because I don't know, but what we used to do to get this to work was, because we didn't know the cheat at the time, but we knew this other way of doing it. We'd always do it this other way, and what we did was, and because it was in my brother's bedroom, so it was upstairs, so it was like, on the floorboards. You know how, like, if you ever jumped off your bed, like, it did a proper loud bang, like, and it vibrated. Like, what we used to do was, because we used to have the Mega Drive on, like, this specially made plastic trolley. Yeah. Like, and there was a special compartment for all the games and stuff. We used to have that. So that was out, like, in front of the TV. And what we used to do was, we'd stand up on the bed, and and during the opening movie for Sonic 3D, we'd jump off and stamp on the floor really hard, and that'd shake the Mega Drive. And sometimes, for whatever reason, that would make the game transport you to the level select, the cheat screen. No. I don't know why this happened. I don't know why it worked, and I'm not shitting you. I know there's a lot of people going, no, I don't believe that. That's fucking shit. That's bullshit. But I swear to you, it happened.
Fucking try it
like 9 times out of 10, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Like it took us ages to get it work. But I just remember, like, I think it just happened by accident one time, and we were just like, whoa, what the fuck? And then we tried it again a few times after, and we did get it to work a few times. But it's, it doesn't work all the time. And it's really iffy, and it can probably damage your Mega Drive if you do it. So I wouldn't do it. Just use the cheat. But I'm just telling you that works. That was a way of doing it. But yeah, I've never heard anybody else talk about it or anything since. So I don't know if anybody else has ever come across it. So I thought to get that out.
It's in there. It's got to
come
Punch him in the knee.
That's actually a pretty historic moment for me as well. But talking about historic moments.
Aye.
What was the first? Can you remember, like, the first time you ever heard of the internet? What was your first experience with the internet?
This is going back a bit now, so my memory's shit. Don't bother.
All right. Well,
but I just remember it like.
Well, the reason I asked is because you know I'm into Soul Reaver. The Legacy of Kain games. Because that game was like Zelda and Tomb Raider. Like, it was one of those where the fuck do I go games and what the fuck have I got to do games. Like, it was one of those huge open world adventure puzzle games. And me and my dad, like, were always getting stuck on that game because my dad loved it as well. And we could never figure out what the fuck you got to do and shit. We never knew where we needed to go and stuff. But my dad knew. My dad had a mate from work who had the game, and he had the internet as well. And this is something I'd never heard of at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea what the internet was, but from the internet, he'd got, like, a massive list of, like, instructions, like, things that you need to do, and, like, how to get through the game and stuff. Okay. And you're probably thinking to yourself now, and yes, you're right, it was a walkthrough.
No.
This was the first time I'd ever seen a walkthrough for a game. And yeah, he handed over this walkthrough to my dad because he'd actually got it printed off, like.
Yeah.
And my mind was fucking blown. I was just looking at these pages, was like, fucking, it tells you what to do.
Yeah.
Like, at the time, like, it was completely new. It was unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was the first time I'd ever heard of the internet. That was my first experience with the internet. Like, it was a walkthrough for Soul Reaver.
Walkthrough.
That's a pretty fucking historic moment, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What was your first experience with the internet? And what was your first experience with walkthroughs? And how did you react?
God, there's a few things. I remember AOL. Do you remember AOL?
What, assholes online?
Yeah, that's what I might as well be. I remember when AOL was just a massive thing back then.
Christ. Do you remember when you had to, like, connect to the internet every time you switched your computer on?
Yeah.
And stuff, and it wouldn't just happen
God.
the way it does now.
No.
Like, you'd have to sit and stare at the AOL logo for like 5 minutes and listen to it make all those mad noises.
That's what, yeah. If you know guys are talking about the fucking noises that it used to make when it was just there. What the fuck? What fucking...
Oh man, nostalgia.
Yeah.
But that's what we're here for.
We hope to do a lot more of this because there's so much.
Yeah.
There's so much.
And with that, I think we'll try and save a lot of it for maybe another video. And we'll you know, if you do give us a couple of, you know, little things that you enjoyed in, you know, from the 90s and stuff, you know, we'll give you a shout out in one of the videos, and we'll have a little chat about what it is you've mentioned.
Could be anything. Could be a game that you used to like.
Yeah. Was
TV
it a
show?
Was it a
toy?
game? Was it a cartoon?
Yeah.
Was it a toy?
Anything like that. Commercial, even if it was a commercial that you loved watching as a kid that was always on, and you were so happy to see it be on the TV screen.
Action Man adverts, man.
I love them adverts.
I was watching them about a week ago on YouTube. I was just looking at all the old Action Man adverts.
It's like,
wow.
yeah.
Memory lane, man. But yeah, you know, let us know in the comments and stuff. And because there's so much more to talk about, we'll leave that for other videos, because this has been going on for more than half an hour now, so we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else you want to quickly get out.
No, because I think I could go on for a while if I think of anything else.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.